This is lesson 2.3 called What's My Rule? First problem says, some bacteria double in number every 20 minutes. Use this information to complete the table. So, bacteria, which are very, very small, can double in number every 20 minutes. So, the rule here is double. Because if you notice, now and 20 minutes later. So if now there are 8 bacteria, which is the first number in the table, and notice over here that the unit is bacteria, so all these numbers stand for bacteria. If there starts with 8 bacteria, 20 minutes later the number will double. Well, what is double 8? Double 8 would be 16, because 8 plus 8 is 16, or 8 times 2 is 16. So if now, looking at the second row of the table, 50. There are 50 bacteria now. How many will there be 20 minutes later? That would be 100 bacteria, because 2 groups of 50 is 100, and that's double, or 50 plus 50 is 100. So if there are now 200 bacteria, and we double 200, that would be 400 bacteria in 20 minutes. Now 75 bacteria. If you can't double 75 in your head, you could add 75 and 75, which some people like to think of that as 70 and 70 equals 140, and then 5 and 5 is 10. So 140 and 10 will be 150. Or if you know how to add, you start with the ones column and you add 5 plus 5 is 10, and we bring the 1 over to the tens place. And 7 plus 7 is 14, and 1 more is 15. So if we double 75, that's 150. And then at the bottom, 150 and 150. Double 150. So to double 150, we could add in the ones place first, which is 0 plus 0 is 0. And we can add the tens place. 5 plus 5 is 10 tens. So the 0 stays there and we have 100. And then 1, 2, 300. Or you could think of 150 plus 150 as 100 plus 100 to start with, which is 200. And then 50 plus 50 is another 100. Either way, if you double 150, you get 300. This is called a function machine. So this right here is the function machine, and you can see that a number goes in, and the machine will subtract 9 and then send a new number out. So for the first one here, if 13 goes in, we could think of 13, and the rule is minus 9, so a number model we could use would be 13 minus 9, since the rule is subtract 9. And 13 minus 9 equals 4, so the number that comes out is 4. Second one, if 10 goes in, we can do 10, and since the rule is subtract 9, we can go 10 minus 9, which means the number coming out would be a 1. 17 minus 9, 17 minus 9 equals 8. And the fourth one is 18 minus 9, which is 9. Notice that when the rule is to subtract, the numbers going in should be bigger than the numbers coming out, because when we subtract 9, the numbers coming out should be smaller. Whenever there's an empty spot on the bottom, you can choose your own number to put in. So you could choose any number. 20, if 20 goes in, 20 minus 9 would equal 11. You could pick 100, any number you want. 100 minus 9 would be 91. Let's try this one. Now the rule is add 5 for our function machine. So adding 5, if you notice though, we only know the numbers coming out. So if you know the number coming out, what do you think you'd have to do if you had to go backwards through the machine to figure out what number went in? You would have to do the opposite. Since it says add 5, we know that the number going in is what we're missing. So we have some number, then the rule said to add 5 equals 12. And so to find that missing number, one of the add-ins, blank plus 5 equals 12, we can take 12 minus 5 to find what number went in. And when the rule is add 5, the opposite to find out what went in would be to subtract 5. So 7 goes in the machine. 7 goes in, you add 5, and 12 comes out. For the second one, 15, some number plus 5 equals 15. So we can find that missing number by taking 15 minus 5 equals 10. And something plus 5 would have 26 coming out. So to find that missing number, we take 26 minus 5, and that's a 21 that went in. The fourth one, some number went in the machine, then it added 5, and 50 came out. So 50 minus 5 tells us that 45 went in the machine. And if you notice here, when the rule is to add 5, you know that the out number is going to be bigger than what went in. So check all your answers to make sure that the number going in is smaller than what came out, because we had to add 5 every time. The rule was add 5. So the number that had to go in would be smaller than what came out. And you can add anything else here that you want. If 15 goes in, 15 plus 5 is 20. Let's say 29 went in, 29 plus 5 is 34. You can choose anything for those empty ones at the bottom. In this example, you'll notice that the rule for our function machine is what's missing. We don't know the rule, but we do know what numbers went in and what came out. So for the first one, 10 went in and 20 came out. Well, let's find the difference between 10 and 20. 20 minus 10 is 10. The second one, 20 went in, 30 came out. Well, the difference between 30 and 20 is 10. If 30 went in and 40 came out, the difference between 40 and 30 is 10. And if 50 went in and 60 came out, the difference is 10. So I know that the rule is going to be 10, and you just need to figure out if it's plus or minus. So look at what kind of numbers went in. If 10 goes in and 20 comes out, that's getting bigger, it must be plus 10. And you can add, again, whatever you want at the bottom. Let's say 15 goes in, plus 10 will be 25. If 27 goes in the machine, 37 will come out. This example, the rule is subtract 20, and we know some numbers that are going in and some numbers that are coming out. So, if you know that 45 goes in, to find what comes out, the rule is subtract 20. So 45 minus 20 is 25. And remember, if we know the number coming out of the machine, 10, we have to look at the rule and do it the opposite to figure out what number went in. So we have to take something minus 20 equals 10. So we go backwards and go 20 plus 10 to get 30 that went in the machine. And the next one is the same thing. Some number went in, some number here went in. Then this machine took away 20 and we have 80 left. So we can do the opposite. 20 plus 80 tells us what went in the machine, which was 100. And when 52 goes in the machine does 52, subtract 20, we're 20 less, which is 32. Sometimes the rule is not just a number. This rule says Mark is 4 years younger than his sister Susie. So notice that the number going in is bigger than the number coming out. So this must be Susie on this side, and this must be Mark, because Mark is 4 years younger, so Mark is the lower number. So the rule here, 4 years younger, would be -4. So we can take 9 plus 4 to get 13. We can take 19 plus 4, and Susie must be 23. 39 plus 4, well, Susie would be 43. And if Mark was 49, we would add 4 to get Susie's age, which is 53. And you can fill out the empty ones at the bottom if you'd like. Now you try one. Do this one on your WSQ paper. You need to find the rule by looking at the in and out numbers. So figure out what the rule is and then find out the missing numbers for in and out. Bring it back to class tomorrow.